There is the beautiful hook going through the yard. He's hunting. He also hears me talking, so he sped up his exit. I'll try to catch him from another room. Maybe he was right there a second ago. He's not there. I'm not seeing him. He was moving fast. He's definitely hunting. Hunters are hunting, and hook is hunting. Fish hook is hunting. Well, we got a glimpse of fish hook. I saw him this morning out on the other side of the pens with sparring through the fence with Prince Charming, who's sparring bald-headed. I know the feeling. And he was after Prince Charming's girls, which Prince Charming is after his girls big time himself. And Casper and Ice is just about to run Split Ear and Wild Child ragged. But so far so good in there. And they're at least safe in there, I think. They're not safe with Forrest, but they're hopefully safe with those two baby bucks. But it's beautiful out there this morning. Beautiful. We got a tiny look at fish hooks. He was a long way off this morning. It was pretty just barely daylight, so wouldn't have got a good video. Well, fish hook is hanging around. There he is right there, and then off down there is another buck. I believe that is Buddy, I'm pretty sure. Just looking at him down there, kind of have to look at him through the slats. They're out there working on that rye. Fish hook is just a pretty nice specimen for sure right there. And come over here and look up the other direction, and we see that the reason that they're hanging out is the rye, but also 2 or 3 does and a baby down there. They're after the baby's mama right now. I saw her being chased earlier today, and you can take a look at fish hook there, walk along there, how beautiful he is. There's antlers coming all the way down. You can see he's got his nose in the air. He ate him some rye to get him just a little energy. They don't eat much. They find the does feeding. Uh-oh, here we go. And the ball game's changed. Camera won't stay in focus. Separated the doe from her baby. And he's grunting right now. You can't hear him, but you can see him. Not paying attention to that doe. That's not the one he's after. It's the other one. And so he is just absolutely gorgeous. A lot of people in a tree stand right now in southern Oklahoma would love to see that guy walk by right now. But he won't be walking by as long as he stays here around the house chasing that doe. He'll be pretty safe. And the race is on. They're gone. Just like that. That is a great sight right there. Now, you're probably wondering, why in the world are you saying that, Jimmy? What in the world's so great about that? Just a couple of does and a doe fawn. It is, but that doe just came through the front yard. So Chris actually spotted her out of the bedroom window. And that doe, one of those 2 does, the other doe just came walking in. The doe that's with the fawn has a green tag in her ear. That means that she was born in a pen and has been released, has gone out and is living in the wild, and has had that baby this year. Taken care of that baby and raised it. So that baby, excuse me, she's, there she is right there. There she is. See that green tag shining in her ear? Yes, sir. Look how beautiful she is. Big Iowa deer. And that's her baby right there. Oh, there's another deer back there. I didn't see that one. I guess those 2 came in. That's probably a mom and her baby. That is a mom and her baby. But these 2 here are the neat ones. We're going to go over and eat some of the garlic lick. But that little girl right there, born totally in the wild, obviously survived the coyotes. It's gonna be nice, another little doe that will produce year after year after year, we hope. Now, there's no way we'll know on her, of course, but what she will produce is giant bucks. And this is what's really special about this breeding program. We've spent an awful lot of money doing this. We don't sell any deer. We don't sell any hunts. This is all just to improve the genetics so we have great big giant bucks running around. And you see that green tag shining. So that's her first baby. And she doesn't have twins, which would have been better. But she might have had twins, might have lost one of them. But she's raised that one, and I thought that was a little nubbin buck when I saw it out in the yard this morning, but I don't think it is. I'm zoomed out all the way there, and you can see that she's saying, I know there's food in that. But she is absolutely gorgeous. And that's a doe we definitely don't want anybody taking, because she's got the exact perfect genetics in her. And irrespective of whether she breeds with another high genetic deer, or she breeds with one of our regular ranch deer, that's fine. Got all that white around her eyes. Beautiful girl. Beautiful girl. She's pretty wild. Doesn't stay in one place very long at all. But absolutely gorgeous. Yes, she is. Just exactly what we're trying to accomplish. When as I look off out through there, I think that might be Fishhook. I see somebody coming running in. Yeah, that's Fishhook. Fishhook's pretty easy to recognize. Brand new burn barrels. Oh, it's wonderful to live in the country where you can burn your trash, as long as we don't have a burn ban on, which we hadn't had much of a burn ban at all this year. We've had 42 inches of rain here at the ranch, which is 12 or 13 inches more than we had each of the last 2 years. He decided he'd have to stop and eat him some acorns, get him a little nourishment. He's got his sights right now, I think, on that green tag doe. I don't blame him. She's a beauty. Well, boy, he was coming in with a purpose there at a pretty high rate of speed. You can see he's got some. You're going to see him here. He's going to come out. There he goes. He's not going to stay in one space any too long. They will breed several times during the day. So one girl told her husband, you could take a lesson from that old buck. And her young husband asked Jimmy if he breeds the same doe every time, which of course he does not. See, he's going to run that doe, run the baby away. The baby's wanting to stay with her mama. This is where a lot of them get split up and have to learn to be a wild deer on their own. Well, somebody's coming back this way. I think it's the baby. Yeah, that's the baby. Come on back here around the house, baby. You be safe right here. Oh, there's the mama. Yeah, y'all just hang around the house right here. It's the safest place for y'all to be, I promise you. I can't guarantee anything from Fishhook. There's Fishhook coming back. And this is why those are so susceptible to be killed when, by hunters during the rut, the absolute very best time to deer hunt. They're not cautious. They're reckless. Hey, they're just plain stupid around the girls. How many of you guys can totally identify with that? I know you can. I know you can. And the one holding this camera right here can sure identify with that. Not just when I was a kid either, I'm afraid. She's trying to lose him. There's something scared her there. Oh, Benelli walked out. Benelli walked out front. Benelli dog. Got her a brand new collar. Got her Old Roy dog biscuit in her mouth. And scared those deer off. And that's a different buck right there. That one out there is not Fishhook. No, that's not Fishhook. That's got a big tall rack. Where did he come from? It's the thing when you're out there deer hunting. They can show up from anywhere, anytime. Well, got a bag of carrots, and I'm gonna see if I can get back here and get Forrest to come up, eat a little bit out of my hand, take a little bit look at him. He's been ornery again this week. He's hurt a doe really, really badly. We may have to put her down. I'm gonna really investigate and see what I can do. I might be able to get Cade out here and sew her up. I'm not real sure, but he came close, so close to getting killed last year, and I think it just made him angry at the world. He's an angry Forrest. He sure is. Look at Forrest there, and we can see that he is still in a big time chasing mode. I fed some carrots over here to some of the young does. He hadn't paid a bit of attention. You can see him right there. He's still, and he's actually changing the doe that he's ripped the hide off of her neck. I'll try to get a look at her. You're squeamish about things. You don't want to really look at her because she looks really bad. There she's going right there. You can see where she has ripped. I'll get all the trees here. You can see where he's ripped this hide on around her throat. I have no idea how he did that. Obviously he did that with his antlers, but he's actually got a hole poked in her throat. You can see the skin hanging down. I'm thinking I'm going to call and talk to Cade, my veterinarian, and ask him about possibly darting that deer and putting her down and sewing her back up. I mean, we might be able to sew that skin back up there, and it might, I mean, she might heal. I don't really know. I just don't know. You know, Forrest was hurt so badly, so terribly badly last year, and yet he was able to make it. You can see how her neck completely, it's like if somebody tried to cut her throat and skin her, and then that skin is ripped down. Evidently he got a horn stuck in there and just pulled it down. You can see he's coming over here to me, thinking about coming over here to me. And but you can look at her back there. I'm just wondering if we could put her down and sew that back up. It'd probably be worth the expense of having it done. But if she lives, many times you spend all that money and they die, just like a dog or a cat, same deal. Except you can't take these things to the vet. You have to have the vet come to them. And we'll see. Maybe we can make that happen. I'm going to get some carrots here and see if possibly I might be able to get him to come over and eat some carrots. He's definitely not interested in me. And that's the deer he's interested in, is the one that's injured. That's the sad part about the whole thing. That seems to be the one that he's chasing. Get a little closer look at her there. You can see how she looks. See that hide hanging down there? And you can actually hear her gurgle a little bit when she breathes. It's just a terrible deal. So far, I'm having no luck at all talking Mr. Forrest into coming over here for carrots. One of my tamer does come over and ate a few. Throw carrots out there on the ground and maybe entice Forrest a little bit, but he is just not interested, which is pretty typical during the rut. They're really interested in making love and not eating. But he's coming over now. I've got him kind of coached in a little bit closer. We get a nice look at him there. Now he may be coming over here for the girls, not the carrots, but it looks like he's going to come over and eat a carrot. You can see he's maintained all of his weapons up there. He just about put another notch on his belt here with that doe. May yet. I'm not sure we can save her. She appears to be doing just fine. If I can get him to come over here and eat one out of my hand. Here you go, Forrest. There you go, buddy. He says, I'll just eat off the ground if it's okay with you. At least we get a nice big look at him. You can see how big his neck is there. He's swollen up. Big muscle deer. He has lost a little weight because he's just constantly running. Got 9 girls in there he's trying to take care of. And he's not even eating all the carrots. That kind of enticed him back a little bit. He's got quite a few there on the ground. I'd like to get him to come up here and maybe eat 1 or 2 out of my hand. Definitely not going to get in there with him. But you can see he's looking nice. Beautiful 10-point. Hopefully he has about 15 or 18 babies running around this coming springtime. And because he certainly did a lot of damage to the herd with that one big buck, but that's part of it. Here you go, buddy. Hey, how about eating something out of my hand? Here. Not interested, he said. Just definitely not going to do that. I'll eat them off the ground, that's about it. Well, I'm not going to cover the ground with them. So you just have had your chance, buddy. That's all I can say. Okay, that'll wrap it up right there for this week's deer videos. I'm telling you, it's kind of hard to get videos of the deer right now. They're chasing, they're in the woods, they're everywhere. We probably have several of our bucks that are not even on our property, and probably have one or two that might have fallen to the 2023 hunting season, the ones that got off my property. Not any here on my property, but some of them that might have got off, sure enough. We know a couple of them were over on the game ranger's land, but we know he wasn't going to shoot them, so we don't have to worry about that. But it's been a hard rut. It's been a hard rut. But that's the rut. That's just nature.